We're back here at the Willie Akers Classic. Joe Kinzer, Darryl McCoy on the call here as we got Tug Valley versus Williamstown coming at you. Joe, Logan takes care of West Logan quickly. And now you got the matchup everybody's been waiting for. The Tug Valley Panthers versus Williamstown.
Yeah, if you don't know where Williamstown's at, it's in Wood County. It's right on the Ohio border of Marietta. So about 2.5 hour drive, and they're staying down here. So Logan will be their opponent tomorrow night. Their state tournament team from 1 year ago, Darryl losing to Willing Central, and I believe in the quarterfinal round, Tug Valley, the defending Class Single A state champions. This is going to be a doozy.
Tug Valley has some unfinished business with Wood County, as Wood County caused them a lot of issues in the football playoffs, pushing it back a couple weeks. So I'm sure they'd like to get the victory here tonight.
For Tug Valley, they want to get some momentum. Tug Valley, they've done it for years. They play a very difficult schedule for a class when they're single A for a Class Single A school, and for Tug Valley, they're trying to right the ship. They have back-to-back losses against Phelps on a daggone buzzer beater by Stewart. That was one of the most incredible buzzer beater shots I've ever seen. And Tucker County dropping them on their home floor at Parsons 1 week ago in overtime, 65-63.
Real quick, Joe, we want to thank PT12 Pizzeria, Jim Mars Services, Restoration 1, Cheech's Pizza, Giovanni's of West Logan. Celebrate your game day victory with our friends at Giovanni's in West Logan. Also want to thank Eric Coleman Drug, Meanest Mexican in Chapmanville, Hatfield Funeral Chapel, Quality Metal Roofing, Punk's Tires, Bray and Oakley Insurance, Medicine Cabinet, Toller Brothers Building, Four Seasons Country Store, Eric's Trucking, Wild and Wonderful Smoke Shop, Missy Birchfield at State Farm, McCoy Dental. Also want to thank Toronto Steakhouse, Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Trailhead Bar and Grill, where our friends David Jones and Justin McCoy are watching right now as they're watching the Ohio State game as well. Said D&D's on the big screen at Trailhead. Also will be on the big screen at Three Guys Pizza and Brew and Toronto Steakhouse. Want to also thank Williamson Pharmacy and Justin Markham at Markham, Remora and Associates, as well as Moore's Chrysler in West Williamson. Joe Kinzer, Tug Valley versus Williamstown starting lineups coming at you, thanks to our friends at Diamond Flagging Company.
And you take a look at the starting lineups first. We'll give them for Williamstown. They're 4-1 on the season. Their only loss of the year came from a team out of Ohio. They had wins against Ravenswood and the Polka Dots. Wyatt Powell wearing number 0. He's averaging 16 points a game. Parker Schramm's their leading scorer at 20 points an outing. And then you have Lincoln Joy, number 4, averaging 15 points a game. That's the big three. And then you'll throw in Jaden Bryant, number 12, alongside of number 24, Cruz Aseli, number 24. That's rounding out the starting 5 for the Yellow Jackets, 4-1 on the year.
Okay, let's look at the Tug Valley starting lineup. Number 1, Braden Ferris. Number 35, Hayden Hill. Number 0, Bryson Eli. And number 20, Carson Newsom. They're head coached by Rabbit Thompson. This is your defending Class A state champs, Joe Kinzer. And Joe. Number 0, that's Wyatt Powell. Number 2, Parker Schramm. Number 4, Lincoln Joy. Number 12, Jaden Bryan. And also got number 24, Cruz. Is it Isley? Is that how you pronounce it, Joe?
Well, I dropped the ball on that one.
Okay, well, we'll go with Azalea. So here we go as we got Williamstown versus Tug Valley here. You can see the score, bottom of your screen, guys. That's the McCoy Dental scoreboard. McCoy Dental taking care of all your dental needs, located in the Fountain Place Plaza in Logan, West Virginia. Here we go, let's hit it. Linda Brown says, let's go Panthers. Guys, hit that like and share. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for. Williamstown's going to control tip, Joe.
And Darryl, I'll tell you the question, if you're a Tug fan, can you maintain the boards tonight?
Yeah.
That's going to be the Achilles heel for Tug Valley this year. Saley thought about the 3, drives in, puts up the shot, no good, out of bounds. It stays with the Yellow Jackets. And there's a shot, no good, tip, no good. Another offensive rebound, and that's what we talked about. That's Saley with the bucket.
Joe, we talked about it. They, losing Buddy Markham, lost that interior piece. They're going to give up some rebounding, but they got great perimeter play. Here's Carson Newsom, one of the better two-way players in Southern West Virginia. Davis, nice cut. Braden Ferris for the bucket.
That's what I like about Tug Valley's offense, the chemistry, the timing, and the backdoor cut that time. Here comes the Yellow Jackets. Powell dishes it off. There's a three-pointer, no good.
Eli rips down the board. He kicks it up to Ferris. Braden Ferris, PG1. You see him there off the mark.
Yellow Jackets love to get up and down the floor. And there's a turnover back over to the Panthers.
Joe, speaking of our D&D AAU team, we got Braden Ferris, also one of our point guards off from it. Have Braden Ferris, Ethan Farrell, and when we see Joey Gollahue up behind us. There you go, Davis gets it over. Hale, nice drive and finish there. Nice take to the basket by Caden Hale.
Yellow Jackets didn't cut off the baseline that time. Here comes the full court press. Now that gave Tucker County fits. The Mountain Lions had 19 turnovers the other night against Tug Valley, but was able to win. There's a 2 from the right elbow. It's no good.
It's going to be out of bounds. Tug Valley's ball here. Again, you're here on the island. Willie Akers Classic here in Logan, West Virginia. Joe, the snow not keeping us from being here. You see the fans. I think a lot of fans didn't think this game would get played, so didn't make the trip. But Mark Hatcher says this will be on come hell or high water.
We play our sports down here.
Yep. There you go, Carson Newsom. That's Eli. Nice finish.
And Eli, he just continues to improve. Here comes the full court press. It's broken by the Yellow Jackets. There's a near steal ball on the floor.
Caden Hale comes away with it. Hale dishes over Newsom. Ball fake. He's going to drive. Nice job seeking out the contact. Officials didn't call the foul. Williamstown with the timeout as Tug Valley leads 8-2. We'll be right back here after a quick word from our sponsors.
Going down to Moorcross at 1523 West Avenue here in Williamstown, West Virginia, where we've got great deals going on right now on all of our new and pre-owned inventory. Guys, we got rates as low as 0% on 36 months on select units, as well as up to $8,000 off in rebates on select units as well. We have Wranglers, Compasses, Grand Cherokees, second and third roll. We also have the Wagoneers. We have Rams 2500s, 1500s. We've got a huge selection of pre-owned vehicles. Come on down, check us out here at Moore Chrysler. Well, we're not here to sell you a car. We're here to help you buy one.
Well, guess what, Mark?
And we are back here. Willie Akers Classic in Logan, West Virginia. Joe Kinzer, Darryl McCoy, you're watching the first quarter, sponsored by Wild and Wonderful Smoke Shop. Right now, it's the Tug Valley Panthers leading 8-2 over Williamstown.
And Darryl, this is the 2-2-1 full court press dialed up by Coach Rabbit Thompson. Again, this is Tug Valley basketball right now. Speeding offense up, create some turnovers. There's a punt fake, Powell dishes it off, going through the lanes. Bryant puts it up, no good, and a charging foul, and taking the charge for the Panthers, Ashton Davis.
Joe, one of the pound for pound, one of the toughest kids you'll find. He is the X factor. He does the dirty work. He does the stuff that's not going to show up in the stat sheet. You go Davis, inbounds the ball to Ferris. Braden Ferris, one of the juggernaut juniors here in the mountains. Kid getting heavy interest from some colleges lately. Went on a visit to Kentucky Christian. Oh, hell yeah! Caden Hale with a three-point basket.
And Caden Hale now has 5. Here comes the full court press again. They break it. Numbers 3-on-3. Getting in the passing lane, however, for Tug Valley was Carson Newsom. He'll stay with the Yellow Jackets.
The Tug off to a fast start.
There's a 3 out of the corner. No one picked up. Parker Schramm.
Cabrina says, I'm surprised you all are not doing a live stream for Martin County somewhere. Well, we would be if they was playing, Cabrina.
And a good job by Braden Ferris. He was in the grill that time, and he forced the turnover. It was a defensive foul, or an offensive foul on Ferris, excuse me.
Joe, we've done Tug Valley games. We've done Martin County, Logan, Chapmanville. We normally do all their home games this year. We'll catch Tug Valley as much as we can on the road. We love our Tug Valley Panthers. As you'll see in Williamstown right now, having their hands full with the defending state champs.
Tyler Kaser into the game, number 40 now for the Yellow Jackets.
Heather Varney says Bryson Eli is a key utility player. You can tell the difference when he's not in the game.
Very athletic. Schramm inside. Bryant, basket good.
Kick it over to Carson Newsom. Caden Hale, you cannot give him that much space. They got away with it there, but more times than not, it's not going to pay off giving him that much room. 3
white jerseys for the rebound that time. There's a 3 from the left wing. It's Bryant, and now the Yellow Jackets are heating up.
11-10, Tug Valley pushing it up. Rabbit Thompson says, slow it down, let's run a set. Carson Newsom directing traffic, trying to get somebody pop up to the high post. There's Ferris. Eli, nice job getting over to Ferris. From the elbow, Braden Ferris. He's going to have a chance at old-fashioned 3 guys pizza and brew, 3-point play opportunity here. And well, Cabrina, listen, you're only allowed 20 players. Carson's definitely deserves to be on it. But you only get 20 spots.
There's a 3-pointer by Parker Schramm. That's his second trifecta. And now the Yellow Jackets back within 1.
But also, congratulations to Carson on a great season so far. And congratulations, there's Newsom, misses that one. But congratulations to the other 4 Panthers that made the list.
The entry pass bounced off the rim that time, and Newsom just couldn't get the follow. Yellow Jackets trying to take the lead for the first time this trip down.
Yep.
Kaser in the paint. Push off.
Yep, them offensive foul. Burr Stanley says Tug Valley is back. Teresa Spradlin says, way to go, Braden.
Will they talk about all-state and honorable mention for Tug Valley football?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, they're just talking about when we done the fast lane. It's a preseason.
Oh, gotcha.
Preseason, the 20 kids that showed out at the Fast Lane Tip-Off Classic, which all Tug Valley players showed out in that. And again, if we'd have had another spot, Carson definitely would have been on it. He's a key 2-way player for the Panthers.
Darryl, they're in this zone defense again for the second consecutive time.
There's Newsom, gets it over, made the extra pass. Eli back out to Hale. Newsom has it out top. He's going to reset the offense. Hale back over to Newsom. Newsom to Ferris. Good job being patient. Oh, nice job. Caden Hale found a spot in that zone. Easy deuce.
Hale now with 7 points. They break the press. Here comes the Yellow Jackets. It's Bryant. He's double teamed. It's a jump pass up top. Isley's now going to reset the offense. I like Braden Ferris. Back-to-back trips now for Tug Valley. They face a zone defense. Ferris has a bucket, 3 points, and 1 assist. Sailor's going to take it strong, and it's blocked by Eli.
Here comes Eli. Back out. Caden Hale kicks it to the corner. Ferris for 3. Braden Ferris cooking early on here. Chef Braden Ferris.
Ferris with 8, and there's the press, and there's the turnover. Near turnover. Ball's on the floor. He'll remain with the Yellow Jackets. There's a helter-skelter 3. It's a brick.
Ashton Davis with a key rebound there. Davis kicks it up floor. Pull up. Hale off the mark.
Here comes Schramm. You had 4 defenders on Ashton Davis, and Tug Valley couldn't capitalize that trip down. Schramm, there's a deep 3. It's good. Give him 9 points, Darryl McCoy.
This Schramm kid, man, he's playing with energy right now. Here comes Ferris. Ferris, middle of the floor. Davis for 3. Sinks it.
It's cold and snowing outside, but both teams are red hot in the first 8 minutes of this one.
42 seconds to go here in the first quarter.
And the Tug fans are making some noise here at Willie Akers Arena. Let's see if they'll maybe try to hold for a final shot. They're running a weave now with the guards. Bryant, 3, short, push off on the Yellow Jackets. Carson Hill. Lincoln Joy, number 4, is now going to check in for Williamstown.
There we go. Ferris.
Darryl, Tug can hold for the final shot.
Yeah. There's Hale. Sinks it. 25-16 at the end of the first. Tug Valley on top of Williamstown, and the crowd's erupting. We'll be right back live from the Willie Akers Classic.
Come see us at Trailhead Bar and Grill in Macon, West Virginia, where the locals come to hang out and the trail riders come to visit.
Follow us on Facebook page for our daily specials. We're open 7 days a week here at Trailhead Bar and Grill.
You can give them a call at 681-308-6088. Make sure you follow them on their Facebook page to keep up with all their daily specials and for business and operation hours. Trailhead Bar and Grill, located downtown Maplewood, West Virginia.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Cheech's Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Cheech's Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Cheech's Pizza. And we're back here, Willie Akers Classic on the island. Joe Kinzer, Darryl McCoy here on the D&D Sports Network. 25-16 lead going in to the Air Comma Drug second quarter here. Tug Valley leads Williamstown right now, Joe, by 9.
Hale has 10 points to lead the Panthers.
And there he is, give him 13. No, he's off on that one. As you see the fans coming live here.
Here comes Williamstown trying to get a good shot off. Down by 9. Panther fans are all in this one right now. Tug Valley in the last 20 years with 317 wins on the West Virginia side. That's second most of all the West Virginia teams, behind Logan with 318. So they're trying to match Logan with a victory tonight.
Gideon Jarvis says Tug on pace for 100. You're right, Gideon.
That's going to be off of Williamstown to Tug.
Yeah, this basketball team can put some points on the board, especially when they're hot like that. It's hard to beat them, as Adam Muncie says. Caden Hale going to pick the ball up, bringing it up the floor for the Panthers. He's guarded by Schramm. Over to Ferris. Ferris backing it up, calling the set. Ferris driving to his left, kicks to the corner. Thought about it. You got Ethan Farrell in the ball game now. He grew up in the Tug Valley area playing for Lenore, transferred to Prestonsburg, and now he's back in the silver and black. He's also one of my AAU guys, Joe. Gets it down to Farrell. Farrell, yeah.
He flopped.
He did. But he called it. The fans are coming alive here. As you see.
Here comes the 2-2-1 half-court trap right now. Tug Valley's dialed in tonight. They're hitting the threes. They're hitting from behind the arc. That's the success for Panther basketball here in 2025.
It's over.
There's a deep three contested. Almost went in and out there by Saley.
Big rebound by Farrell. Here comes Ferris. Ferris kicks it to the corner. Oh, hell yeah! Caden Hale with another three-point basket.
And that's his money hole spot all game long in front of that Williamstown bench.
It is, Joe. Here we come back. Let's see if Williamstown can answer. May have got away with a travel there.
And there's a kickball violation. And I tell you, I've done Tug Valley basketball over the last 20 years, a lot of games, and the worse the weather outside, the hotter the Panthers are on the floor. More often than not, Tug Valley comes away with a victory when the weather's bad. There's a near steal.
Kick it in.
Staley puts it up with the right hand. No good. Rebound to the Panthers.
And a big rebound by Ferris. Here comes Ferris and the Panthers. Nice drive. Nice finish. No. Left it short. Eli with the board. Over to Farrell. Baby hook. No good.
I like that fight there by Eli with his aggressiveness on the boards. There's a three. That's a deep three by Parker Schramm, giving 12 points.
Here comes Ferris. Braden Ferris, nice job. Eli for the deuce.
That's Eli's that's his second bucket. His man lost Eli that time. Saley now with the basketball. There's a deep three from the right wing, no good. Rebound by Eli.
Said their first six, all their first names end with N. That's a little fact, Joe. Braden, Ashton, that's true. Ethan,
yeah.
Caden. Nice job. Ferris couldn't convert. Schramm with the board.
And for Williamstown, you just want to weather the storm. No pun intended. There's a three from the left wing, off the mark. Saley with the rebound, basket up and in.
Nice job. Saley doing a great job on the glass here for the Yellow Jackets.
Under 4 minutes to go in the half, Darryl.
Hale. Guarded out top. Kenny Doris Workman says, Joe, you done one of their daughter's games when she played for Tug Valley. Off the mark, Azalea with the board.
Azalea now with numbers, 3-on-2, fast break, kicks it over left wing three, off the mark, no good. And rebound stays with Williamstown. Lincoln Joy, shot no good. Azalea with a second back chance opportunity, puts it up and in.
Joe Azalea right now keeping Williamstown in it with his activity on the glass.
He has 6.
Yep. There you go, Ferris. Got Eli over to Ferris.
important possession for Tug right now.
Farrell gets over to Eli. Peyton Hill guarded by Schramm out top. Over to Ashton Davis. Davis looking for the cutter. Out to Eli. Ends it to Farrell. Farrell, he's got that range. Yeah, they got to swing it around the horn a little quicker, find an open shooter. A lot of dribbling right now for the Panthers.
You said that perfectly there, Darryl, because they weren't swinging it on that possession too much, dribbling that time. And Williamstown, guess what? When Tug Valley's running the cutters, they're playing solid, and they're not. They're staying with their man this trip down.
Marshall Sarton says, come on, and Michelle Brewer also says, rebound Tug.
And that's the reason why Williamstown's cutting into this Tug Valley lead, and we have a full timeout, Darryl.
Joe, here is, you look over here, you see Belfry Pirates, Jackson Estridge and Ethan Dawes. They're coming to do a little scouting. Joe, in case you missed it, you had the Hatfield and McCoy schedule come out, and it's going to be Tug Valley versus Belfry. So, yeah, I guess that's why the two Pirates are in the house doing a little scouting of the Panthers.
They'll be a good one.
Should be a really good one.
I think we got another rematch, Phelps and Tug Valley.
Tug Valley, yeah.
Oh, don't you think Tug Valley's chomping at the bit to get back at the Phelps Hornets?
Real quick, guys, second quarter sponsored by our good friends at Giovanni's of West Logan. Yeah, I can promise you one thing, Tug Valley fans, they want that rematch. They want redemption. And here's the thing, they'll have a chance to get Tucker County too. Tucker County comes to Naugatuck later this season, Joe.
They have the Wilfone kid, and I tell you, he's about 6'4", he's very athletic, and I think he had 12.7 rebounds. Him and they have a number 14, can't remember his name. I went to 3 of their home games, and they're Hoss Cats.
Look behind you here, Joe. Ian Reed, Andrew Evans. You see the former Tug Valley Panthers, Ian Reed in the house.
Once a Panther, always a Panther.
Once a Panther, always a Panther. As you got Braden Ferris, kicks it over to Eli. And back to Ferris, seeing if you get a little more activity here. Tug Valley was been stalling the ball a little bit there before the timeout. There's Eli, nice job. Gets swatted at the rack. Here comes the Yellow Jackets. Ooh.
Here comes the Yellow Jackets now. Good job on for Tug Valley getting back in transition defense. Now they'll set it up with Jaden Bryant.
Zach Curry said Joe's the GOAT when it comes to announcing in Southern West Virginia.
Saley with the basketball, too kind. Parker Schramm with 12 points, dishes it off. There's a shot inside the paint. It's up and in by Bryant, giving 7 points, Darryl.
Joe, they got a question for you. Adam Muncie says, what's your favorite game you've ever covered at the Hatfield and McCoy shootout?
A ton of them, but I'll tell you one improbable one.
What's that?
Tulsa was playing Wesley Christian, the high school, down by 25 in the fourth quarter. Pedro and I are sitting there just killing time, you know what I mean,
yeah.
and stuff. And guess what? We look up later, and the Rebels win.
Wow.
But Tug Valley's played a lot, and Adam played a lot of great games in there.
Eli cutting baseline. Gives Tug Valley the 7-point lead with a minute to go here in the first half.
They put Williamstown to sleep that time, Darryl. They spread the floor, and Eli just cut to the basket.
There you go, coming back around, pull up.
Bryant, no good. Rebound, kept alive by Joy. There's a 3-ball by Saley. Off the rim 3 times, no good. Rebound by Schramm. He'll back it out. He'll pass it to a Saley. He puts it up, no good. Nobody from Tug Valley can buy a rebound. That's Bryant with the basket.
And I tell you, Joe, people don't understand how important Lincoln Joy is to this Williamstown squad. Lincoln Joy, that's his 3rd offensive board this game.
That's the Achilles heel for Tug Valley. Will they get beat on the boards? They're getting beat badly in the last 3 minutes. That's the reason why Williamstown's cut into this lead.
Keep your comments coming. We'll read them during the halftime show, guys. Nice job, Carson Newsom. Put back good at the buzzer. They're going to stretch it back out. to a 7-point lead going into the locker room. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here in just a moment on the Jim Marr Services halftime show.
If you want to work for the nicest fleet of trucks around, call Eric's Trucking. Right now we are hiring for 18 and 10-wheeler drivers. Must have CDLs. Eric's Trucking is a proud supporter of the Mingo Central Miners, Tug Valley Panthers, and all mountain athletes. If you were pushed out of the area because of loss of work in the coal industry, look no longer. Jim Marr is here for you. Jim Marr is now hiring for all positions in the coal field. Stop by their offices in Logan, West Virginia or in Wheeling, West Virginia and apply today.
We're back here on the island. Joe Kinzer, Darryl McCoy, Jim Marr Services halftime show here at the half. It's your Tug Valley Panthers up 34-27 on Williamstown. Joe, as we sit here at the break, let's go to the Jim Marr Services comment section before we get to the stats. We see Teresa Spradlin says exactly, once a Panther, always a Panther. Cabrina Channing Spalding says that Phelps game was crazy. It was. Mason Pack says Tug's got to find a body and grab some boards. I agree, Mason.
I agree.
Vicky Basin says work hard Panthers. Felicia Messer says nobody from Tug is trying to buy a rebound. Cody Thomas says Tug Valley getting murdered on the glass. Jonathan Duncan says Darryl asked Joe what his all-time one-on-one record is against Roger Harless.
0 and about 305. I mean, it was one time. All right, so I covered a lot of Tug Valley home games on XCC. Okay, so after the game, we'd always play one-on-one, and Roger Harless never missed. Okay, so there was one game. Logan went to Tug Valley, all right, and Logan won. All right. So Roger and I, after the game, before we went down there, said, "Hey, we playing tonight? Yeah, bring your gear." I brought my gear. I had him beat. And guess what I said?
What?
I'm gonna clean it up, okay? I'm gonna say, Logan just kicked your hind end. Well, a Logan High graduate is doing the same thing. It was like, and guess what? That was the worst thing that I could have ever said to Roger Harless.
Real quick, look at this. Look at this. This little boy won. Joe, they played a game. I've never seen this before.
They take the shoes off.
Yeah, they take the shoes off, and you got to make a layup on the other end once you find your shoes.
Shark Akers is directing this game down there.
There you go. Check this out. Good halftime festivities. And I think we got a winner here, Joe. We'll put the sponsors back up there.
That's interesting. Shark, man, the youngest son of Willie and, Chad's the oldest. Shark and we graduated, but I think Shark was having fun down there as well.
Joe, let's go back to the Jim Marr Services comment section.
I can make a comment, but I'm going to get people mad. I mean, I'm serious.
I'm going to let you comment here in a second.
All right. Let's have fun.
These and then
all right.
Jared McCormick says, sounding good, guys. Thanks for the game, doing the game in this storm. Jared, we wish you was here. You'll come down tomorrow night with us here. Adam Muncie says, good take, Carson. Cabrina Channing Spalding says, good job, Carson. Way to stay with it. Zach Curry says, that's just the effort you need on the boards. Blake Davis says, Tug's biggest issue this season, rebounding. Ursula Vance says, wonder what happened to the Martin Tug rematch. Sandy Runyon says, rebounds can't win without them. And Adam Muncie says, Jonathan Duncan, some of the best games played after the game ended was Joe and Rogers. And
he beat me. And you know what? We started doing 2-on-2, get a couple JV players. I still couldn't beat him.
Joe, right here, we got a clarification on Cruz's name.
All right.
It's Joseph and Ronnie Burt and Joseph Gobel said it is Isley.
Isley, okay.
Yeah, Isley. So,
apologize.
And how about the update? Ohio State up on Texas 7-0. Mason Pat says, I could imagine the speech them boys are getting in the Tug Valley locker room right now from the legend Rabbit Thompson.
Absolutely. And here's the thing, okay? So when I went to the state tournament last year, everyone's saying, man, we're going to have about everybody back next year off the rotation. And I'm like, okay, so who's going to take Buddy Markham's spot? Who's going to be the rebounder? Who's going to be the true post player? Who's going to get down and dirty? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've had some former Tug Valley players tell me this. And I've told Jared, I've told Bradley Dameron on the phone. I don't talk to you as much because you're all over God's creation doing stuff, promoting the kids, and you're busy. I tell JJ this, okay? And if I get anybody mad, I apologize, but it's the truth, in my opinion. For Tug Valley, you can tell the football players from the non-football players, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
The football players, they have to lift weights.
Yeah.
You can play AAU all you want, but you have to hit the weight room, in my opinion.
Well, you're right, but Tug Valley, here's the thing, though, is Tug Valley, they've had a long history of where a lot of their best players wasn't football players,
But you had an Austin Brewer. I know he was the point guard, but he could get down and dirty. Mikey Newsom, Brett Brewer. They always had players that could get down and dirty. Greg Davis, who was Mr. Basketball in West Virginia. I know he was small, but you know what? He was physical. He was strong.
He was, and when you sit there and look, the Tug Valley Panthers, I thought they lost a lot when they lost Justin Crawford when he went overseas because he was the weight training guy for the basketball team as well. Joe, Kenny and Doris Workman said, do you remember Candace Pooh Workman?
Oh, yeah, I know. I remember Pooh.
Yeah.
I remember Pooh. She was a good player.
Yeah.
Great player.
I remember Pooh as well. Grew up watching her.
And I make that comment out of love. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
For this Tug Valley team, I don't want Tucker County to hold the trophy in Charleston in the third week of in March, all right? I want Tug Valley to hold the trophy. I want them to go to back-to-back. Rabbit Thompson and I are very, very good friends. But this has got to get figured out, the rebounding. And we're in game, 7 now, and it's not being figured out. You just got to box out, put your butt on someone. Rebound is want to. You know what I mean, Darryl?
It is.
It's want to. And you see it in flashes, but it's not consistent enough.
I agree with you, Joe. Do you got the stats in the first half?
Yeah, and I probably got a lot of hate on me now, so you can read it. For Tug Valley, Caden Hell, he's had a hell of a half. 13 points, including 3 threes. Braden Ferris with 8. Carson Newsom, Bryson Eli with 4. Ashton Davis with 3. For Williamstown, Parker Schramm is keeping them in it. He's hit 4 trifectas. He has 12. Jaden Bryant has 9. And Cruz Isley has 6. That's the scoring. But that was a big basket at the end of the first half for Tug Valley to increase that lead up to 7. And the reason why, in my opinion, that Williamstown has cut into the lead, it's because of the lack of rebounding over the last 3 or 4 minutes of the first half.
I agree with you there. They've got to clean that up, or they'll lose this lead quickly. They've got to find a way to limit the opportunities that Williamstown is getting on the board. JJ, we want to thank T&D Quick Stop, guys, best pizza rolls in the business. Hit
they're
T&D
good.
Quick Stop up in Kermit, West Virginia, as well as the medicine cabinet. And take that down real quick. We want to thank Logan Bank and Trust. This is the Logan Bank and Trust Game of the Week. And I tell you what, we got the Williamstown broadcasters over here doing the YMCA.
They're doing great.
They brought the energy.
Yeah.
They brought the energy.
Amy and I, we were at Williamstown High School over a week ago watching the Logan Williamstown girls. I can't dance.
Joe, look in the building. There we go. We see them dancing again.
I can't dance.
That's what
I'm fat,
that's
old.
What Phil Collins said too.
But everybody's having fun. And Williamstown, they traveled today as well.
Joe,
tonight.
Look up here in the rafters as you see one Joey Gollahue.
Joey G.
Yeah, Joey Gollahue. Looky there, Ethan Dawes. As we got the Belfry Pirate, Ethan Dawes, Joey Gollahue in the house. As Dawes, you see him there, Belfry Center doing the YMCA. He's full of energy. We have to get Esther there to do a little YMCA dance for us. But listen, it's a party here, man. It's snowing outside. Everybody that come in here, man, is just happy to be here. You can feel, man, the energy, the atmosphere is great. Everybody's smiling. We'll see his second half if the smiles keep coming, as Tug Valley will take the court with a 7-point lead, 34-27 on the McCoy Dental scoreboard, bottom of your screen.
Williamstown with the basketball. And guess what? The almighty Pedro Ledger, he's at the Willie tonight. He's probably yelling at Rabbit. They need to rebound better.
There we go, Joe.
Here comes Powell, man-to-man. Now for the Panthers, being guarded by Caden Hale. Williamstown had that deficit down to 5. There's a steal by Braden Ferris. Here we go, Darryl.
Braden Ferris. Oh, Joe, listen, they got a closer view than we do, but I think Ferris may have had a little contact on that one.
I tell you, if Williamstown wins this one by 2, remember that play by Parker Schramm. He hustled.
There you go. Ferris, nice job. Good inbound play. They're going to set up their defense here, Joe.
Giving 10. The defender that time just overplayed. Here comes a 2-2-1 half-court trap. If you're Williamstown, you want to keep the ball off the baseline. Tug Valley can trap you. They get the ball inside. Getting in the passing lane is Ferris, and he just chugs it off the leg of Lincoln Joy.
Joe, want to thank Eric's Trucking sponsoring this third quarter. No job is too large or too small for Eric's Trucking. Call Eric Sarton today for all your trucking needs. There's Newsom. Newsom gets it to Davis, over to Ferris. Ferris, little shake, little bake. And Joe, I think they found something. I think they like the matchup with Ferris. They like his speed, and they're trying to exploit it here in the second half, going to it early and often.
And there's a bank shot high off the glass by Powell. It was contested by Hale.
That's a Logan Bank and Trust bank shot. Again, Logan Bank and Trust will take care of all your banking needs.
I hate when you play great defense like that, and the defender offensive player just throws up a shot and it goes in.
Michelle Sarton Brewer said rebounding is wanting the ball and doing anything to get it.
Yep.
Said Austin was the leading rebounder a lot of the times and the smallest.
You got an injured Williamstown player tweaking. Looked like his ankle was Wyatt Powell, number 0.
I'll tell you what, Braden Ferris has gave him a handful tonight. I'd say Braden Ferris is the cause of a lot of them ankle problems here.
Absolutely. He said thumbs up. That young man's averaging 16 a night. He's been held to 2 so far.
Good job by the Tug defense. Ursula Vance says Tug needs somebody to do the garbage work. And I think that's where Ethan Farrell could be a key to this team.
That's what Bradley Dameron was telling me on the phone.
Yep.
We talked quite a bit.
There's Caden Hale off the mark. Ferris with the rebound.
That's somebody wanting to rebound.
It is. Carson Newsom. Oh, they're going to call the blocking foul.
He was wanting to call the charge, but he called the block.
Yeah. Billy Chambers watching from West Union, Ohio. Guys, hit that like and share button. Get these numbers up. Get this up over 500 for your Tug Valley Panthers.
Darryl Newsom at the line with 4 points.
Newsom, again, like I said, one of the better two-way players in the mountains. We see Heather Varney says Braden is the best guard in the state. A lot of people can make a strong argument for that. Again, he's starting to get interest from Kentucky Christian University. We'll go down on a visit soon.
Isley with the basketball. Nice defense out front by Newsom. Well, whistle on a foul.
Yeah, Carson Newsom. Joe, and that right there, I didn't see much of a foul, but
I didn't either.
That may have been a makeup call on this charge down here.
That man-to-man defense, that's that shell drill that they run in practice for years for Rabbit Thompson. When he was the assistant at Williamstown High School under Kurt Fletcher, they ran that same type of drill.
Right back. You got to watch.
Bryant, and the shot's blocked by Eli. Here come the Panthers.
Yeah, here comes Caden Hill on the push. Pull up. Sinks it.
Give him 15. That's Panther basketball. Get out there on the break. That mid-range jump shot. With the basketball now, there's Schramm. Nice defense by Eli. And the Panther fans are coming to life here at Willie Akers Arena. There's a deflection. They have a 5-on-4. There's a 3 out of the corner. It's no good. Rebound out of bounds. It should go to Tug.
The guys, let us know how the weather is. We want to thank Bray and Oakley in Chapmanville, West Virginia for sponsoring, as well as Minas Mexican, Diamond Flash and Company, Eric Holman Drugs, McCoy Dental, Cheech's Pizza, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Trailhead Bar and Grill, as well as our good friends at Moore's Chrysler. There's Ashton Davis. They kick it over Ferris.
Patient set this time for Tug Valley.
There's Newsom. Ronnie Hatfield, we know where he's watching from, Okeechobee, Florida. There's Ashton Davis, nice job, hands it off. Eli pull up, no good. Another rebound by Isley.
That was a good, patient offensive set. Had a good shot that time. Just couldn't convert, but a good shot selection. Schramm being guarded over there by 35. Caden Hill, he had 4 threes in that first half. Isley now with it. He's in no man's land. Turnaround jump shot, no good. Offensive rebound, no good. Isley with a power dribble, gets a man up off the feet, no good. And a whistle and a foul on Tug Valley.
Isley will go to the line here and shoot a couple. Jared McCormick says roads are covered, coming down pretty good on 119 is rough from what he's seen. Appreciate that.
He's going to try to get over here tomorrow night.
Oh, yeah. Well, it'd be interesting to see how much of that snow we get that they said. Yeah, I think they said 3 to 5.
Well, Amy and I live in Buchanan, and we had, for a 7-day stretch, 20 inches of snow total.
Ooh, that's cooking. Guys, want to thank Mountain Gay Pharmacy, hometown pharmacy here in Logan.
Isley hits 1 of 2, give him 7.
Nice job, Carson Newsom. He's going to get fouled.
You break the press that time, and Darryl leads into a 2-on-1 fast break. Tug Valley will be here tomorrow. Opponent to be determined, but they'll be back here on the 21st to take on the Logan Wildcats.
Yeah, Charleston Catholic pulled out the Willie Akers Classic this year. So I know Logan, Mark Hatcher, was on the phone trying to get a team to come and play tomorrow. So we'll let you know as soon as we find out what the schedule is for tomorrow.
And Mark said we probably won't know till tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Carson Newsom playing heavy defense on Isley.
Isley's going to take it to the rack strong, and he's going to be going to the foul line for 2 more.
Joe, I like it. Isley, he says, I'm going to get to the line, score without the clock running right now. They need to cut into this deficit, down 14 right now.
The last 2 possessions, Tug Valley's taken all the weaponry away from Williamstown's offense. It's been Isley having to go against the numbers.
Mason Pack says, man, it snows in Buchanan. Said, my freshman year at Wesleyan, it snowed so much.
And Mason, I tell you what, he was a dominant chairman of the boards as well, those Tug Valley teams.
There's one of the goats to wear a Tug Valley jersey, Austin Brewer, in the comment section, says, finish the layup, Carson.
I can't remember where my keys are at or debit card, but I remember when I interviewed Rabbit Thompson, and he said, before I ever laid eyes on Austin Brewer, he said, he's our Rajon Rondo. And I said, oh, that piqued my interest real quick. And Brewer had a great career. There's a 3, top of the key. It's good by Parker Schramm. That's his 5th three-pointer, 15th point of the game.
I'm telling you, Parker Schramm is a player.
When a coach describes his point guard as Rajon Rondo, I was like, hell, I can't wait to watch him play.
Yep. Here's Braden Ferris, kicks over to Hale. Hale back to Ferris. Right there, They got to move the ball, Joe, on offense. They're becoming stagnant.
Try to go back door, but it was covered up.
No. A lot of dribbling instead of passing around. They had Newsom on the far side there, missed him. Newsom. Good steal by Schramm. Schramm comes away with it.
Layup, good.
Nice job. That was a good hustle by Ferris to contest it, but couldn't get a hand on it.
Darryl, you can't run the offense on the baseline.
No, you can't. No, you can't. 44-36, 8-point lead, back to single digits. Newsom over to Eli. And I tell you, Williamstown has brought a crowd here. As you see Ferris turns the corner.
And there's another steal. 3-on-2 fast break. They save the ball from going out of bounds. Schramm. They make the extra pass. 3 from Bryant, no good. Rebound. Here comes Tug Valley.
Here goes Schramm trying to size it up. Newsom gets the bucket. Nice transition bucket for the Panthers.
He has 6 in the quarter, 10 in the game, and they were unaware of the inbounds pass. That's an unforced turnover. The mother of all forced turnovers, back to Tug Valley.
Joe, is it me or is number 40 for Williamstown? Does he look like Aiden Slack?
Yes.
That's it. I had to take a double take. Here you come. Braden Ferris. Crossing the timeline here, guarded by Isley. Ferris gets over to Davis. Ashton Davis, nice job getting downhill. He's going to go to the line.
That's a good job by Ashton because he said, hey, I'm going to take Tyler one-on-one to the basket that time. When he goes downhill north-south, you're not stopping Ashton Davis.
No, Ashton is the younger brother of Easton Davis.
Yep.
Family's produced a lot of good players. Austin Brewer says, thank you, Carson Newsom. Adam Muncie says, Austin Brewer, he finished that one. We see Cabrina Spalding, Channing Spalding says, Austin Brewer, give him a break.
I loved Austin Brewer. I love when him and Mason and Brett and them guys played. I loved it. And Richmond Vance came out of nowhere in 2012.
Yeah, they're coming back. Isley, guarded by Hill, Joe.
12-point Tug Valley lead. Schramm. Bryant wanted to pick. He's going to drive it to the basket. Strong puts up the shot. No good. Rebound, Eli. Ashton Davis doing jumper jacks. He was wanting to rock and hit a 3 or go right baseline.
Nice job, nice dump down, kicks it to the corner. Farrell sinks it! Ethan Farrell for 3.
Tug Valley is taking out the Demons tonight on Williamstown through 3 quarters. Shot in the paint, good by Isley.
And Williamstown, Joe, needs to stop here. Cannot let Tug get another bucket here. They're down 13 right now.
Isley with 10 points.
Be nice if they could get a turnover, is what the fan base is saying right now. Ferris, nice dump down. Job, Ashton Davis. Back out. Caden Hill pulls it. He's off the mark. And they kick it out. That'll end the third quarter. It's Tug Valley 51, Williamstown 38. We'll take a quick break. Be right back with more from the Willie Akers Classic.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business? Choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
If you're looking for a friendly and fun atmosphere to enjoy your daily cuisine, come to Cheech's Pizza in Lenore, West Virginia. Cheech's Pizza has world-renowned cheese sticks, delicious pizza, and the best subs in the pizza and pasta game. Don't forget to take advantage of our milkshake shop located inside. Bring your family down to meet ours. We are the place that treats you like family from the second you pull in the parking lot. We look forward to seeing you here at Chicha's Pizza.
There's the great Jared Fletcher, one of our proud sponsors, Three Guys Pizza and Brew. Jared Fletcher has been a big-time, long-time partner of D&D Sports Network. As we're back here on the island, Tug Valley enters the fourth quarter, sponsored by Wild and Wonderful Smoke Shop with a 13-point advantage. Joe Kinzer, Darryl McCoy on the call.
Isley the steal, shot no good. Braden Ferris the foul, make him earn it from the foul line. Very quickly for Tug Valley, Caden Hale with 15, Braden Ferris with 12, Carson Newsom with 10. And then for Williamstown, Parker Schramm 15, Cruz Isley 10. And Darryl, I'm going to tell you, I'll be very surprised if Williamstown doesn't have one or two good runs left in them over the next 8 minutes. A state tournament caliber team.
Joe Isley kind of shot a jump shot on that free throw.
Notice how far back he stands from the free throw line.
Look at that.
It is a jump shot.
Yeah, shoots a jump shot from the free throw line. How about that? I guess as long as you don't go over, it's within the rules, right, Joe?
Absolutely.
There's Ashton Davis out to Eli. Eli back to Davis. Kicks it out. Ferris runs a set. Tells Caden Hill, come get the rock. Caden Hill. Joe, Caden Hill is poked away. Caden Hill is one of the most underrated players in the mountains. The kid is a star.
Farrell remains in the game for Tug Valley. He hit a pivotal three late in the third quarter. 5-second violation.
Good defense by the Yellow Jackets. Adam Muncie says, is that kid jumping at the free throw line? Yes, he is. Trish Davis says, that's our boy Ashton. Guys, we are an interactive broadcast. You can watch us on Facebook or YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for in the comment section below.
And hit that like and share button as well.
There you go. Sponsored by Jim Marr Services.
We're playing 4 out, 1 in right now. With the basketball's Bryant. Tug Valley trying to cover behind the three-point line.
Good defense by the Panthers.
Schramm takes it to the rack strong, no good. Rebound Davis.
There you go, Farrell. Kick, drive, kick. Farrell chasing down the rebound.
That's the hustle. That's the hustle right there.
That's what they need. Listen, when you can get that kind of production off the bench, you're doing good. Nice job. Ferris found Eli roaming the baseline.
But Ethan Farrell kept the possession alive due to his hustle. Near steal by Ferris. Powell is being hounded. Passes it off. There's a three by Schramm. In and out, no good. Rebound, Ferris trying to get in there. Whistle, and let's see what we have. Side out back over to Tug Valley.
Nicole Clevenger says, let's go Panthers. Janice Roden says, live here in Ohio. It borders Greenup County. It's a mess coming down. Said fast on the Kentucky side. Calling for 3 to 6. Not even halfway down. There you go. They get it in. Right there, Williamstown giving Tug Valley a lot of problems on the inbound pass.
That's the steal by Joy. Saved it to Bryant. Give him 11. This is the first time all night they have shown full court press like that.
Yep, back to 12. There's Ferris, nice job. Hits Ethan Farrell. Ferris and Farrell have been longtime teammates since they've been young pups, and now they're doing it at the varsity level.
They have Preston backcourt, but not like 94 feet away from the basket. There's a near steal. They kick it out now over to Powell.
Yep, Schramm.
Schramm has 15 points tonight. It's a 14-point Tug Valley lead. Ferris went for the steal. Isley gets his man up. Makes the extra swing pass. There's a three. It's good by Wyatt Powell.
Joe, that's the difference between a good shot and a great shot.
Absolutely.
Ferris. Nice job again. Finds the open guy on the other side of the paint.
And that's not an easy diagonal cross-court pass that Braden Ferris executed that time. Good job by Ethan Farrell.
Heather Varney says, go Big E. Again, guys, Want to thank T&D Quick Stop, Eric's Trucking, Cheech's Pizza, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, and Madison Cabinet of Kermit for sponsoring tonight's action, as well as Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Toronto Steakhouse.
Short.
Farrell left that one short.
Williamstown, they've been in big-time spotlight for many years, and they're being unfazed. They're looking for that one run to get back in it and take the lead.
There we go. We got a timeout. We'll stay here during this timeout. Real quick, we see Craig and Nettie Branham says you all are going to have a time getting home. It's a mess out there. Be safe. Appreciate that. Robert Wallace says Ferris is dropping dimes. He is, Pee-wee. As guys, Joe Kinzer, Darryl McCoy here on the island. Want to thank McCoy Dental, Giovanni's of West Logan, Logan Bank and Trust, as well as Jim Mars Services, Wild and Wonderful Smoke Shop, Meanest Mexican, Hatfield Funeral Chapel in Toler, Kentucky, Quality Metal Roofing, Punks Tires, PT12 of Gilbert, Bray and Oakley Insurance, Toler Brothers Building, Four Seasons Country Store, Giovanni's of West Logan. There's Christy Farrell in the house, Sean Farrell in the house. As guys, we sitting here, it's like a family affair here. Everybody comes, Joe, great atmosphere. And look down here, we see former Tug Valley Panther Easton Davis in the house.
Absolutely. Williamstown trying to make that one run here. The Willie Akers Classic, Coach Akers, 20 state tournament wins. That leads all coaches in Mingo and Logan County boys basketball history in 4 state titles.
Joe Tulsa coach Brian Stacy says, watch Williamstown shooting from 3.
I haven't kept the team stats, but guessing probably about 32 to 35, about 32% probably.
There's Ferris.
32 to 35%.
The offense, 12-point lead right now for the Panthers. A little over midway through the fourth quarter. Ferris, right there, they rode out the red carpet there. Not much resistance on Ferris's way to the rack.
Ferris, he was getting beat and banged to death that time, but still was able to, with control, take the basketball to the hoop to score the easy 2. Here comes Isley now. They feed the middle post, and there's going to be a foul on Tug Valley. They fed the middle post there to Jay Bryant.
Steve Shockey says, I always enjoy watching and listening to your broadcast. Keep up the great work. Steve, it's folks like you that make it possible. Our sponsors and you fans at home is the reason we do this. Chase Hatcher says, thank you all very much. Much appreciated. Thank you, Chase.
There's a 3. They didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't pick up. Guess who? Parker Schramm. That's his 6th 3 of the night.
Schramm nets that one. Here comes Eli. Eli up to Farrell. Panthers going to slow it down here. Joe, I would like to see Tug Valley run more. This team is built to run. You know, get out in transition, but they slow it down a lot. And they're a great half-court team, so, I mean, that's why they do it.
Right.
But, you know, they're also, I mean, when they get out in transition, they're scary good.
Williamstown picking up the defensive tenacity. Here comes the steal.
Nice back tip.
Bryant, layup good, and here comes the Yellow Jackets.
Now it's back to 9, single digits.
And a foul.
Yep.
Still not in the 2-shot penalty yet. For Williamstown, Parker Schramm with 18, Jaden Bryant with 13, Cruz Isley with 11. And I'm surprised that Williamstown didn't press as much as they've had until the fourth quarter when they need to.
There you go, Carson Newsom. It's over. Ferris, nice pass. Caden Hill, nice job. He's not going to miss that one.
Well, they had a 3-on-1 that time because Williamstown overplaying on everything right now, trying to force the turnover. There's a 3 ball. It's no good. Ferris the rebound.
Joe, and the difference there's Carson Newsom beating everybody up the floor. The difference in the first half and the second half, Tug Valley really took heat to what Rabbit Thompson told them in the locker room, and they've been a completely different team rebounding the basketball in the second half.
And going for those and being more physical.
Yep.
And there's another turnover. Tug Valley trying to put this one to bed.
Yep. There you go, Ferris. Guarded by Isley. Over to Eli. Again, tomorrow, this Williamstown team will take on Logan as far as we know right now, guys.
Don't know a time.
Yep.
Mark told me he won't know till at least 10 o'clock in the morning the matchups.
There's Caden Hill, drives, kicks, and right now Tug trying to burn some clock. Don't get a foul.
That's what a good Tug Valley team does. Get a big lead. You have excellent guard play. Just spread the floor, run some clock.
Austin Brewer said they can't rebound enough to get out and run. Auden Martin says Brant so bright. That doesn't have Facebook. Wanted me to comment and say thank you all for doing this. Auden, tell him we appreciate the kind words. The goes further than he thinks. Teresa Spradlin says, "Let's go Panthers."
What was Austin's comment? They can't rebound well enough. He's right.
Yeah.
He's right.
There's Caden Hill. They're going to get foul on the floor.
Because when he played at Tug Valley, and when Tug Valley did run and gun, guess what? Him and Mikey, they had the bigs, but him and Mikey could also get out and rebound and push and transition.
The Austin Brewer. I was out. I didn't live around here when Austin played at Tug Valley. But I played pickup ball with him.
How many times did you lose?
When you're playing against him, you lost a lot. My brother Matt Maynard always would play with him up at the Old Lenore Gym, and Austin, he is a freak athlete. One of the goats. Him and Greg Davis are probably the goats, and Mikey Newsom right there with them.
Tug Valley went for the steal. There's a three from the right elbow. It's good there by Parker Schramm. Give him 21.
I tell you, this Schramm kid is nice. Ashton Davis kicks it up floor to Ferris. Ferris, Eli, alley-oop. Eli with the bucket.
Give him 6. I remember in 2011, Tug Valley Ferris going for the steal. Here comes a steal.
And they kick it up. Braden Ferris for the easy deuce.
And you can put this one to bed.
Yep, Chef Braden Ferris is cooking, guys.
Give him 18 unofficially. There's a 3. It's good by Schramm.
Schramm, listen, he needed to do more of that. But Joe, listen. The fat lady ain't sung, but she's warming the pipes up.
Mark Hatcher, if you're scouting, you better locate number 2, your team tomorrow night. And there's a whistle and a foul. Okay, so Austin Brewer, Tug Valley wins the state championship 2011. We get in the back, and I record interviews to go on my show the next day on the radio station, okay? And I said, Austin, how's it feel? And he said, Joe, we got the monkey off the back. We're no longer a cheerleading school.
There you go. Yeah. Listen, Tug Valley is known for cheerleading.
10 state titles.
Yeah, they are unbelievable at cheerleading. Producer KJ says, be safe. It's getting bad. Producer KJ, we miss you on the call. Guys, here you go, Schramm. Pull up.
He's hit enough of them tonight. There's a rebound. Schramm's going to say, I'm going to try to hit another one. Off the mark, no good. Out of bounds to Williamstown.
Keep feeding the hot hand, Joe.
Yep.
The Courtney Race has Kyle Gilliam, Fred Bentley, Billy Parsley. Yes, Billy Jack Parsley, also another great in the Tug Valley. A lot of good players, definitely. Tyler May deserves to be in that.
I think Billy Jack was pivotal, and I'll tell you why. Schramm 3, it's good.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the Tug Valley players, the good ones, were transferring. There's a steal, and Billy Jack was one of the first ones to stay.
Joe, look here, a 9-point ball game again, under a minute to go. Rabbit Thompson is furious right now.
Parker Schramm is putting on an exhibition. He has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 threes on the night.
That's insane.
And they have hit 6 3-pointers in this fourth quarter. But what I was trying to say is Billy Jack, because people told me that, Tug Valley had talent for years and a lot of them would transfer, but Billy Jack stayed at Tug Valley.
Hold that thought.
All right.
Breaking news, Angie Browning says 119 is closed around the Harley shop due to a car wreck.
Okay.
So a lot of people will have problems getting home.
Yeah.
And Joe, 9 threes, that's probably closing in on a Logan Fieldhouse record. I don't know what the record is. I know Paul Stafford had 9 back in the day.
J.W. Martin may have hit double digits against Woodrow back in the 90s and under the Tim Murphy era. But Angie, thanks a lot for passing that along, about 119 around the Harley shop.
Tanya and Joe Chafin said the same thing, said be careful, it's getting bad in front of her house. Tanya and Joe Chafin, proud supporters at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. Royal Health is very important. Hit Tug Valley Wellness Clinic up for all your medical needs. We could not do what we do without Tanya and our friends at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. Kevin McMahon says, thanks for doing such an amazing job. Said everyone be safe going home. And they said, don't forget Carl Gilliam. Carl Gilliam, yes. On that team, you had Carl Gilliam, Greg Davis, Big John, Timmy Sloan, Chris Perry.
That was a second half team.
Yeah. Newsom, that's the second.
Kyle one night, timeout, 30-second timeout, Tug Valley. But Kyle Gilman one night had an insane game. He had like 30 points and had a fever of almost 102 and had the flu.
Dang. Oh, well, that's that Jordan flu game. Kyle Gilliam, he was one of the fan favorites at Tug Valley.
What sold me on loving Tug Valley basketball, David Miller was the news director, sports director at Coal Country Radio. He said, Joe, do you want to go and do color with me tonight? Woodrow Wilson is going to Tug Valley. This is the state championship year. And they had David Barksdale and Woodrow Wilson. I can't stand that school by the passion. It's a Logan thing, all right, by 35 points. And Tug Valley came away and beat them by nearly 20, and that sold me on Tug Valley basketball.
Schramm pulls up, steps behind the screen, no good.
He is human.
Ethan Farrell, he'll go up, shoot a couple free throws here.
But I never told that story before on how I became sold and fell in love with Tug Valley basketball.
Well, listen, Tug Valley, I grew up, Tug Valley, if you grew up in the area, I grew up on Pond Creek. I'm a Belfry boy, but Tug Valley basketball is the same. I mean, like, we're all one there in the Pond Creek area. Williamstown, Tug Valley, Belfry, all one in the same. And, so you all, when you wasn't playing each other, you rooted for each other.
Yep.
Tanya says Kermit is blessed to have 2 of those amazing players training Mikey and Kyle. Yes, they are. And listen, if you haven't seen the young Braxton Chafin coming up in 7th grade, one of the top 7th graders. There's Isley. Sinks it.
Logan better guard the three-point perimeter tomorrow night. And there's a foul. Tug Valley's going to go back to the foul line for 2 more free throws.
I think Greg Davis had 50 that game, Joe.
He had 50 that game. And also that year, he either dropped 51 or 52 at the Fieldhouse against the Pikeville Panthers.
He had 51 in that game.
He had 51?
Yeah, and
Greg was pulling up from the volleyball line against Woodrow Wilson.
Listen,
that game.
Talk about Steph Curry. They talk about Trey Young. Greg Davis was the first to ever do that. When he stepped across half court, you better guard the man.
He would close the game out from the free throw line. He could score 20 points in the fourth quarter off from the free throw line.
He could.
The 2 best players locally that I ever broadcast, Davis and Elisha Justice. There's a 3. No good by Isley.
Farrell.
Rebound by Farrell.
And that's going to be it.
Not yet. They're going to foul again.
Yeah, I don't think the coach wanted that foul. So as you sit here, guys, Willie Akers Classic. It's been a classic. You guys in the comment section, Jim Mars Service comment section, has made it worth the while tonight, guys. We enjoy you guys. Janice Roden says, be safe. Don't try to drive home. We need you guys announcing. No one does it like D&D. Said, what rank is Williamstown? They're third in 2A.
Yes.
Angie Browning says, I got the word that one lane is open now. Appreciate that, Angie. We'll pass it along to the fans. And Braden Ferris gets a standing ovation as he goes to the bench.
Unofficially, he only had 20 points tonight.
And listen, he's the reason, Joe, that they come out like they did in the second half.
Yes.
He put the effort at crashing the glass. He was the one that was getting the rebounds and helping Tug Valley limit the damage that Williamstown was doing on the boards. All right, guys, 77-64. Tug Valley takes care of Williamstown. We're going to step away. We'll be right back and name the Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game up next.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 and reach us Monday through Friday.
What's wrong? Talk to me afterwards. Are you mad at me? Are you mad at me? Yeah.
Here we go. We're back here as you got Joe Kinzer, Darryl McCoy here at the Logan Fieldhouse, Willie Akers Arena here. The Willie Akers Classic had a classic to finish things off here. Tug Valley takes care of Williamstown in impressive fashion, 77-64. And somebody said it in the comment section, a lot of people across the state are going to be surprised at this score, Joe.
Absolutely. This is a big-time signature win for Tug Valley, coming off those devastating back-to-back losses over the Phelps Hornets and the Tucker County Mountain Lions. And a lot of people, including myself, are thinking that Tucker County and Tug Valley will be playing for the third and final time in March at the Charleston Civic Center Coliseum after the return matchup in Naugatuck. Individual scoring for Williamstown. Parker Schramm with 9 threes. He had 27 on the night. Cruz Isley with 17. Jaden Bryant with 13. Wyatt Powell with 5. And for Tug Valley, 20 points for Braden Ferris, 17 for Caden Hale, 16 for Carson Newsom, 7 points apiece for Ethan Farrell and Ashton Davis, and 10 points for Bryson Eli. And Darryl, how many times can we say that a team hit 13 trifectas in a game and lose?
No, not many, Joe, not many. You don't see that stat a lot.
No.
So the Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game goes to Chef Braden Ferris. The hats off to him. Ralph Evans says, thanks D&D. Teresa Spradlin says, love hearing Joe and Darryl on the call. Said, thank you D&D for all you do. Appreciate that, Teresa. It means more than you ever know. Jared McCormick says a good win for Tug on the resume. Marsha Burke says, way to go. Stephen Marshall says, good job, Bryson, on rebounds, blockouts, and steals. Michelle Priest says Mason Pack was nice. Craig Nettie Brandon says, you all may have to put the other team up tonight. It's bad out there.
They're saying Williamstown's staying here. That's the reason why they're playing Logan tomorrow night.
Yeah, so they're going to stay here for this one. And, Joe, real quick, we want to thank the people that made this broadcast possible. We want to thank Eric's Trucking, Chicha's Pizza, Jim Mars Services. We want to thank Quality Metal Roofing, Medicine Cabinet in Kermit, as well as our good friends at T&D Quick Stop, the best pizza rolls in the business, Menace Mexican, Hatfield Funeral Chapel, Punk's Tires, PT12 of Gilbert, Bray and Oakley Insurance, Medicine Cabinet, Toller Brothers Building, Four Seasons Country Store, West Logan's Giovanni's. That's where we're going right now. We're going to hit the West Logan Giovanni's up wide open. Also want to thank Logan Bank and Trust, McCoy Dental, Aracoma Drug. I want to thank Restoration One, Diamond Flag and Company, Walden Wonderful Smoke Shop, Missy Birchfield at State Farm, Markham Remora and Associates in Williamstown, West Virginia. They'll get you the judgment you're looking for and the outcome you deserve. I also want to thank our good friends at Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Trailhead Bar and Grill. Guys, and I want to thank Tanya Chaffins for sponsoring the Player of the Game, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game, Chef Braden Ferris. Again, Joe Kinzer, 77-64. Tug Valley takes care of the number 3 team in AA, Williamstown, here at the Willie Akers Classic. So, Joe, as you sit here, want to thank you for making the trip down here, Joe. It's been I know you come down 4-hour drive.
I have fun.
Your lovely wife.
I have fun. You let me help out. I have fun.
So, Joe, Joe, will you be back on the call tomorrow? Or?
I'm staying in Stallings. I'm staying at the hotel.
There you go,
I got a hotel.
Joe and Amy will be back in business here at the Logan Fieldhouse. Guys, make sure you return tomorrow. Willie Akers Classic, pack the gym. We're going to have good matchups all night. Come see Mark Hatcher and the family here. Guys, again, Logan Wildcats, Tug Valley Panthers both get the dubs tonight.